This is a
Squad. What's up? What's up?
That ball is belted. Welcome in Carlos Gomez. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh man, yeah. We rockin' now. Yeah. BS3 Sports. Okay. Sports news, get it first when you're getting off of work. Even when you're at work, acting like you're working hard when you're hardly working. I'm a maverick like Dirk, getting Franklin's like Kirk. Hold up, boy. X Squad, you don't know them boys? Being talking facts on every topic. Overall, we just talking noise, just being boys. Covering Texas sports in them tall heels. That with the fake pass over to Elliott. Better guard your grills like a car for real. Yeah, Cowboys gonna bring a bowl back, Lord willing. Yeah, Mavericks gonna bring a ring back with Mark in it. We live sports, we talk sports, we dream sports, we eat sports. The teacher about to teach the course. Welcome to BS3 Sports. Gross. Oh man, yeah.
Welcome to the BS3 Sports Show. This Friday, March Madness going crazy. We got MLB opening day started yesterday. We got NBA, we got NFL news and notes that we're going to get to. Title of today's show is Your Bracket Busted Yet? Some people's brackets may still be intact. My part of my bracket is not intact with Tennessee losing, but the other three areas are still intact. So we got a great show planned for today. As you're coming in the chat room, let me know how your bracket is going. Shout out to Ced Galloway in the building first and foremost. Thank you for tuning in. X Squad affiliate contest. Today is the last day. Today is the last day to sign up to put your number in the hat to try to win the X Squad affiliate contest. So if you have not done so already, I would urge you to go to xsquadaffiliates.com/contest. Follow the very, very simple and easy instructions. You can win tickets for 2 to the Dungeon Family concert if you're in the Atlanta area, or you can win dinner for 2. So tickets to the Dungeon Family concert or dinner for 2. You can get either or. So make sure that you go onto that website if you haven't already. Follow those directions. Also, if you want your very own BS3 Sports shirt, they are still available. They have not gone away. They're not out of stock. Any color combination that you want to get it in, I can make that happen. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the topics of today's show. NFL, let's get into some NFL topics. Shout out to Mo Cheese, Fish and Grits. Just had a great show. Love the audio, love the conversation, love the debate that you guys always go at each other. Shout out to Lady J. Thank you for tuning in. H-Rap B in the building. Thank you for tuning in as well. But Jordy Nelson has retired. Jordy Nelson was a member of the Raiders, and then the next thing you know, he ends up getting cut and he just flat out retires. That one caught me off guard. I was not expecting to see that happen. I thought that he would have had some years left, but he has decided to hang him up. Now, retirement, though, has a different stance and understanding now, because sometimes, and a lot of times, these people or players or whoever, they retire, but it's sometimes as if they're just wanting a break. It's not as if that they're going to be retiring. It's almost like they want a break, so they put the I'm going to retire thing out there. Conor McGregor just retired. I don't think that's actually true. Plus, he's got a court case and something pending against him. So I don't think that's completely true. I think a lot of times these players or coaches or whoever, they need a break, or the fire is burning underneath their behind and they need to get out of Dodge. So I think that's a part of this thing now being called retirement, which sometimes is or may or isn't the actual retirement. And I thank you, Keisha, for stopping through. She said, have a good show, Ben. Just stopping by to show some love. I appreciate that so much. Shout out to Holly Newsom. Thank you for tuning in. Also, the NFL makes major changes to the instant replay. I'm sure by this point you guys have already heard about this. I think it is time. It is necessary. You cannot have situations like what happened to the Saints in games, especially with the games on the line. You cannot have situations like that. You can't. It disrupts the game. It disrupts the fans. It disrupts Vegas. And the NFL does care about Vegas. I don't care what anybody says. The NFL cares probably more about Vegas than they care about the fans. So, you know, they needed to make this adjustment. And here's what the rule is. On called and uncalled pass interference penalties will be reviewable from now on. Shout out to Courtney. The real deal with Courtney Harden in the building. Thank you for tuning in. But this was something that needed to happen. I think most fans are all on the same page that the Saints were gypped. Even though I get it, you know, you had all of those minutes before that to win that game. But when the game's on the line, though, it hurts a lot more than if it was just at some point in time in the game from beginning to end. So I get all of the thoughts and concerns that all the Saints fans had. Well, it looks like their prayers have been answered. No, you're not going to be able to replay the game. So hopefully you weren't wanting that, because the NFL is not going to do that. But you did have an adjustment in the rule. So we'll see how that happens going forward. Cowboys in the news like they always are. If you know the Cowboys and you know Jerry Jones, any news is good news. Anyone talking about the Cowboys is always good. Shout out to Laffy T. Thank you for tuning in. DeMarcus Lawrence, as of right now, they're saying it's a $2 million gap in between what the Cowboys are offering and what DeMarcus Lawrence wants. I talked about this on Tuesday. This is a very interesting situation because you have a player that is holding off on a surgery right now until this contract situation gets worked out, number one. Number two, he is going to get paid $20.5 million this year on the franchise tag, but he could probably make more than that somewhere else. And the Cowboys have a very, very tough decisions to make with DeMarcus Lawrence next year. And it looks like it's already being talked about that Byron Jones will not be here after his contract is over with. You got to take care of Dak. You have to take care of Zeke, Amari Cooper. I mean, they have so many decisions to make that it is unreal. But they seem to be getting back from cap hell, which they've been in for so many years. They're done paying Romo. They're done paying people that aren't on the team anymore, including Dez. Courtney says something had to change with these NFL rules, but my thing is everything gets reviewed. It will make the games longer. That is true. That is true. But I ask you this: do you want the right call to be made? Because yes, it is going to make the game longer, but do we want the right call to be made for the proper side? I think that means more. Because, I mean, the games are long already as it is, but do you want the right call? I think you want the right call to be made. especially if it's in your team's favor. Let's be honest. If it's in your team's favor, i.e. the Eagles, or if it was in my team's favor, or if it was in Mo Cheese's team's favor, or whoever, you're going to want that to be, you're going to want that call to be made properly. So I do think it needed to happen. Josh Rosen, who is right now, currently, he's a member of the Cardinals. By next year, he will not be a member of the Cardinals. Mark my words. There are multiple teams that are interested in him. The Patriots, the Giants, and the Chargers are interested in Josh Rosen. So I definitely think Josh Rosen is going to be gone to one of those teams. I'm leaning more towards the Giants and the Patriots than I am the Chargers. But whatever they're going to be able to get for Rosen, that tells you that if there was any speculation or worry on if Cliff Kingsbury wanted Kyler Murray, that tells you right there. Kyler Murray is going number one. And they would probably even dump Josh Rosen because Kingsbury is in love with Kyler Murray. You got to see him firsthand. He's already been quoted saying that he wants him or that he's interested in him. Whoever else in that organization may say we're not fully interested in Kyler Murray. They're incorrect, because Kyler Murray, I truly believe, will go number one to Arizona, and that can end all of the speculation or worry. And they're shopping Josh Rosen. If they're doing it on the down low or they're doing it out front in the open, Josh Rosen is getting shopped right now as we speak. A huge surprise from the Patriots organization, and no, I'm not talking about Gronk retiring, but Greg Schiano, who was supposed to be the defensive coordinator for the Patriots this year, has decided to resign and retire. And here's his quote. He wants to spend more time on faith and family. Now, I am all for faith and family. Shout out to Big L in the building. Shout out to Miss Mocha Bella. Thank you for tuning in. I am all about that. But is this, like I just said about retirement, is this a way for Greg Schiano to escape something that is going on that is going to come up in his past, or something that's going to be a controversial story? Or has he Me Too'd someone? It's very hard for me to believe that he's just stepping away just because. If he is, more power to him. But I just don't know, because you have so many situations, like I've said, about retiring, where people resign or people leave, and then a week later, you start hearing about issues and things that have happened in their past, or things that would cause them to eventually get fired anyway. But if he wants to spend more time with his family, I applaud him for doing that. But the Patriots are losing people. Shout out to Melvin in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in, executive producer of the X Squad. Let me read this quote. Ced Galloway says, Mo, I would say the union would fight the elimination of Job, but the NFLPA is weak as hell. They just roll over and give Goodell what he wants. I sent a response to a comment by Mo Cheese. He says, I think they'll eliminate kickoffs next with this addition. They have to find a way to speed up the game. And that could possibly happen. I mean, it does eliminate an exciting part of the game when you have somebody run back a kickoff. But that happens, I don't know, once every 3 games or something. 33% of the time. So you don't necessarily need to have that. Shout out to Kevin, Clutch Talk Sports in the building. Man, Kevin's been right.